Every morning you wake up and reach out for your phone. As you scroll through your social media feeds, you notice something strange. The sun rises over a world much like our own, but with one key difference. When the sun sets, so does everyone's memory of the day. Upon waking, people remember nothing of the previous day. Their minds are a complete blank slate, devoid of any recollection of their past. The absence of a collective memory would make establishing justice or even basic facts incredibly difficult. Without the ability to recall previous statements, the validity of testimonies would be questionable. If you keep doing the same things every day and never remember doing them, in a world where memories are reset daily, could post-traumatic stress disorder even exist? Recording every waking moment and uploading it to a cloud-based storage system. Imagine a world full of people walking around with recording devices on their heads, capturing everything they see, hear, and say. We are inherently limited beings, unable to retain all the experiences that shape us. If this exploration into daily amnesia has resonated with you, it's time for action. If this thought experiment made you look at your calendar twice, if it made you appreciate the continuity of your life, show your support by giving this video a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button to stay connected with Other Side, where we continue to push the boundaries of imagination. Don't miss out on future explorations. Join the Other Side community and let us know in the comments how you would navigate a world where yesterday is a mystery and tomorrow is unwritten. Together, let us continue to journey beyond the limits of our imagination and explore the infinite possibilities of the universe. Until next time, this is Other Side reminding you that the greatest adventures often begin with a single step into the unknown. If they forget who they are, where they're going, or even what language they speak, they can access their memories by plugging into the cloud. Essentially, this would mean that everyone's memories are stored somewhere in cyberspace. But this raises another question: who controls this data, and what happens if that data is hacked? Suddenly, the consequences of losing one's memory seem much more sinister. Would a traumatic event yesterday be as distressing today if there is no memory of the event itself? On one hand, the daily forgetting might offer a twisted kind of relief, a fresh start for those who have endured painful experiences. But on the other, wouldn't the anxiety of facing a potentially traumatic day be unbearable? Knowing that everything you experience today will be lost tomorrow could induce a heightened state of alertness and fear. You might constantly feel like you've already experienced this moment before. However, there would be no emotional baggage associated with these feelings because every day would be identical. If you woke up tomorrow and could only remember what happened after sunrise, how would you spend your day? What would you do differently? If you knew every memory you held dear would vanish as soon as the sun set, how would you make each day count? Perhaps you'd spend your time reminiscing with loved ones, savoring the moments that make life worth living. Maybe you'd take a walk down memory lane, revisiting places that hold special significance in your heart. Or maybe you'd simply live in the present, embracing the beauty of the world around you, knowing that every sunrise is a chance to create new memories. Imagine the frustration of reliving the same day over and over again, knowing that no matter what you do, you won't remember it tomorrow. It would be like living on a never-ending Groundhog Day. Witnesses couldn't be sure if what they were recalling truly happened yesterday or was a figment of their imagination. Imagine going to court and the judge asking, "Do you remember the defendant entering the store with a weapon?" The witness would have to respond, "I think I saw him enter the store, but I don't know if he had a weapon. I saw him enter the store." Wait, no, I don't remember seeing him enter the store. How would a jury determine guilt in such circumstances? Even proving one's identity would become a monumental task. Without the ability to remember who you are or anything about your personal history, the very foundations of law and order would crumble. All they have are the events since sunrise. This phenomenon is not limited to a select few. It affects everyone, every single person on the planet. Would the dawn bring an end to romantic love too? After all, if you can't remember who you fell in love with last night, would you still love them this morning? Relationships would become tenuous, shaky structures built on the shifting sands of daily forgetting. Trust would be an alien concept in this world. How could you trust someone who forgets everything about you every morning? Loyalty would be impossible. Love, in its traditional sense, would cease to exist. Each interaction would be a fresh start, devoid of the warmth and familiarity that comes from shared memories. Mornings would be filled with awkward introductions, reintroductions, and then more introductions as people try to reconnect with those they vaguely remember meeting the day before. Scientists work tirelessly to understand this global amnesia, but the cause remains a mystery. Theories abound, ranging from a collective mass hysteria to an unknown environmental factor. But the truth is, no one knows why this is happening. All your posts, photos, memories from yesterday are gone. In fact, all you can remember is what has happened since sunrise. Every morning it's a reset. They would need to focus on teaching the same thing every day, like teaching the multiplication table from 1 to 10 over and over again. The entire educational system would revolve around repetition, ensuring that the most basic of concepts were ingrained in the minds of students who wake up every day with a clean slate. Now imagine trying to explain the Pythagorean theorem or calculus to someone who forgets everything once they close their eyes. Education would become an exercise in futility. Your name, your life, your purpose erased, you only recall today. What if memory vanished daily and existence became a loop of rediscovery? Welcome to Other Side, where today we explore a world where short-term memory isn't just a glitch. It's reality. How does it work? In this world, there is no history as we understand it. There are no archives, no textbooks, no family photo albums. Each day is experienced as if it were the first, with every individual reliving the same routines without any context of how they came to be there. The only way to compensate for this daily memory loss is to keep some form of journal, a video log, perhaps a memory tattoo, a physical manifestation of yesterday's experiences. People must rely on these external aids to piece together the fragments of their lives. So how would society function when the concept of yesterday is forgotten every morning? Schools wouldn't teach long-term historical facts or even today's lessons. Law enforcement and governance would face even greater challenges. And what about love? Psychologists theorize that this daily amnesia could lead to extreme cases of déjà vu. The concept of trauma would also be redefined. Perhaps technology would step in to fill the void of human memory in this world. Smart devices would become essential. Now let's take a step back and consider this scenario from a personal perspective. This world forces humanity to confront a harsh truth.